by Nitro, and yeah, Device is going to back out now. That's a very, very good attempt for Astralis, but Liquid will pick up the round, and that puts them back in the lead at 6-5.
They're not out of the woods just yet. This next round might be the most important of this half that we've seen. Astralis finally about to hit the limit with their money in this next buy.
Dip, that's going to shut down a whole flank of the push. Maker's got close and he sprays and almost takes down two. Oh, but they see Glaive. Heads up play for Nav. He was ready for that position, and that puts them in a 3-on-3. They are weirdly sandwiched in, even if they have the bomb site.
Yeah, but they're taking over the rest of it. They know there's one player. That's a great kill from Dupree, and they know there was a player at Sandbags. They can actually, if they want, if they're bold enough, they can evacuate to the A bomb site. Naf is doing just that, but he's got to be careful. They don't know the defense, and Zipnix has found some of the information. Device heading back up the stairs towards the other bomb site, and actually Liquid's fooled him again.
Yeah.
What a mind game this 2 versus 2 is at the moment.
Going back, Astralis slightly overthinking this situation. The bomb is going to be going down, and they're going to realize when they're so far away. That helps Liquid. I mean, one thing is obviously the time to defuse, but the time to get into position. That was the other thing that they were going to have trouble with. 2
smokes, 2 flashes, and an HE grenade on the Astralis side for this retake. Team Liquid have no utility. There's no kits.
Sip putting one on the bomb. They don't really know where they are. They're flanking around. This could be absolutely brilliant. Sip has no idea. He's dead before he sees them, and now Device. Last time he went for the save. This time, I mean, it might make sense to do it again. If the grenade had killed somebody, sure. It does land right on their heads, but it is not worth it. A 7th round for Team Liquid. They've got a lot of stamina, don't they, in this half? They've had to really struggle to get here.
Well, that kind of stamina, remember, that's born from 2018. That's forged from all the losses they took against Astralis in those grand finals. 2018 would have been such a good year for Team Liquid, a historic year for them, if Astralis had not been around. And if you're Team Liquid, that's exactly where you learn to have this kind of a gritty hold on a game, despite some of the struggles early on. 7-5, and outside of the AK-47, there's not a whole lot for Astralis to work with. 2 Deagles, 2 P250s, the AK-47 on Device. They've been phenomenal in these rounds though, Astralis, so Liquid must be careful.
Yeah, I mean, you've already given up a round like this. You can't do it again. Glaive with that absolutely outrageous quad kill. Don't give them one more chance. This is Liquid's really great opportunity to power ahead in this game and almost make it impossible for Astralis to actually have any kind of half here, which is what they want.
Well, if you're Astralis, you're loving this. Device is the closest man to the point of attack. He can take first contact. Smoke clears and he backs away, sees the shadow. He's not ready for the swing. Big weapon to take away in this round, and Elige is even going to clear out Magis, but he can't win the fight. He does check for it. Magis cannot get away. Even more Astralis players, more Astralis bodies moving forward into aggressive positions in bathrooms.
Slightly dangerous. Moving up now. That P250, one close, one a little bit further away. It's an obvious bait situation.
Liquid's hit pause. And they're like, well, this is where we normally get flanked. So let's everyone turn around and check one flank.
Find Glaive, that's Naf. The patience is paying off right now. Bree and Sip at 2-on-4. Liquid. I don't think this is, don't read this as them being scared. This is them being thorough. This is them being careful, and you have to give them credit for it. If necessary, they do almost line up for that deagle, which in itself is sort of ridiculous. Now Dupree at the corner, and they're just going to triple team him. That's the way to do it. 8-5, Liquid. Now 3 rounds ahead of Astralis as this first half is coming to a close. And the Danes, I mean, they've had some economic troubles of their own now. Got a taste of that.
Well, I mean, all that goes away. 4-round losing bonus for the Astralis side of things, and now they switch into a double op setup. Flush with cash, they bring out the big guns. 1 on Glaive, 1 on Device. As you mentioned, Liquid nursing that 3-round lead. They've at least been able to build up that buffer that we talked about earlier. Liquid's been able to build up that fact that you're not going to get reset immediately after a loss.
And theoretically, slightly CT-sided map this one, so the fact that they're already winning 8 rounds Liquid, it's a pretty good sign. You could extrapolate a little bit from that and probably imagine that Liquid are feeling good about what's happening right now. why not get to 10-5 if you can? Win this round, the money's going to be low. Debris burning all the way down to 28. That in itself is not the best way to get started.
Dangerous. Oh, what a great spam from Dupree. Somehow a device adds right on top of it. Double kill from the boost from the stack. And again, Liquid down 2 players.
Who needs the boost if you could just do that? Taking one down through 3 to 5 now. That's not a good way to get started. I mean, this is where theoretically you would have somebody like Stewie maybe turn it around.
You don't have a lot of utility though if you're Team Liquid. You don't have a whole lot of tools to provide even the smallest opening that Stewie can actually get, can sneak into.
25 seconds. They're waiting a long time. How do they do this? Now under 20 seconds, setting up the few grenades they had. Molotov trying to clear someone out. Smoke to get a bit closer to the bomb site. Sip in the corner, and he's going to shut them down. The crossfire, and then Device to take down Nitro in a 6th round for Astralis as we head into round number 15, the last of the half. Final battle here for Astralis.
I like
on
that
the CT side.
That's a great one. Olaf, you are still a legend.
Oh, nobody could take that away from him ever.
No. 8 to 6. New round coming in. Final round of the first half. Liquid facing elimination, just this map away essentially. A timeout is called, an all-important 15th round.
Yes, indeed. Now's a good time to do it. 8-6. Remember, if you haven't been following, haven't been keeping up, Inferno would be the deciding map, and we all know what that means. The amount of legendary finishes we've had with that as the 3rd map, and between these 2 teams, that seems like it's tailor-made, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely perfect, especially because, I mean, this series, I mean, both of these teams, we wax lyrically about how well they've played these past 2 years. This major has been very shaky for both of them. So for both camps, it was kind of like, listen, we really labored and struggled through the group stage. Playoffs is when we bounce back, and after that first map, it felt like it was only Astralis. Liquid showing some fight here on Overpass, aggressively through the smoke. Nap has control, and Stewie joined up with him at the B bomb site. A mistake from Glaive with the second off. He was way overexposed.
It's a good shot for Nitro to get that right off the bat. Nice. Molotov out of position, kind of thinking about whether or not he wants to put it out or just wait for it. If he puts it out, that's the immediate signal that he's there, but now he's trying to play a bit of a mind game, saying, you know what, I'm just going to pretend no one was here, and maybe somebody walks back into the shot. It could have happened, but doesn't get the reward for it. Now instead, ready with the boost down. This could be a great boost.
Well, I mean, the trouble is, since they never pushed Device back, he knows there's no one coming to this side of the map. I think he's feeling a little nervous about it and wants to back away, so he's actually called Magisk to rotate off of B. This couldn't be more perfect or more prime for Liquid to hit this bomb site.
Yeah, now it's not a good boost. Now instead Dupree's just up there to get knocked down as they come through the monster tunnel. They're not ready as Astralis for this. They're not in great positions for it. They had to improvise in the middle of it. And now they come through. Dupree turning around. They all line up right in front. Oh no, that is a lot of damage output already. And now the panic sets in for Liquid. Headshot from Sip instead. Now it's a 2-on-2. Astralis standing their ground on the B-bomb side. And it's Elige with 6 health. I can't believe they recovered it. Sip with the triple. And Elige alone in a 1 versus 2. He takes one and right through. And taking down Sip. What a clutch.
They needed it. They needed it so bad. The star player, Elige, and the conversation for the best player in the world delivers a 1 versus 2 right at the end. 9 to 6. We're all going to take a breather. We're going to a break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half, second map here, and a chance to get to the semi-finals. Astralis and Team Liquid. We're on Overpass, and Team Liquid got 9 rounds on their T side. It's their map pick, and it wasn't easy 9 rounds. They had to buckle down and give it everything. They almost ran out of money. They had a really hard time, but Astralis only got 6 rounds, and that sort of smells like it could be a third map.
I think lesser teams might have buckled in some of those early rounds. The fact that Astralis was able to do so much damage in their force buys and their ecos that they had, what a tough scenario to bounce back from, and Liquid have done it. 9-6, a decent lead. Heading into the defensive side, early nade out. Zip and Dupree to take over the short sewers, now up towards sandbags. Bomb is dropped far behind. It's only Nitro here though. It's only Nitro to watch for this in aggression from Stewie.
This feels like the sort of thing where Liquid have been watching demos, right? Because if it's a quick B push in this round, you're in trouble. Stewie's ready and waiting, but Device, that is a nasty peak, isn't it?
They can still recover this. Can Liquid hold their nerve? They have a 3-man stack here, a triangle stack to actually pinpoint the point of attack right outside of these danger stairs. If Magus comes out and Glaive comes towards Party, that's gonna be an issue, but Elige is trying to plug the gap that Device caused by the Stewie kill. Now falling back, and here's the aggression towards stairs. Magisk is waiting. Naf now has to retreat, but it's a fighting battle.
The fact that he gets that kill means they're still in the round. If he dies, I don't think there's any recovering that now. They're making a rotation to the wrong bomb side. The bomb is headed out the other way. Dupree's down there listening, but he's not really hearing much either. Maybe now he is.
I think it's mostly just because Elige inside the bomb site can jump over the boxes and peek out towards long, and you'll take that. You'll say, okay, that's somewhat of an early warning system that we can get from Elige. If he's fortunate enough, he can call it out with enough time for us to rotate in position, and we'll see if that exactly happens. There's the flashbang. Now he's spotted 2. Great shot.
Call it out or just shoot them right in the face. Device goes down. It's a 3-on-3. But the Danes are on the bomb side. It's not done yet. Bomb's going to be going down with nobody there to stop it. Elige needs this shot with Glaive. That's some great jiggle peeking with the Glock to take him out. And that's a 2-on-3 now. Nitro and Naf. How did they get out of the bank right now? All rotating into the middle. They just want this long range find. They're guessing that probably Liquid don't have a smoke left for this scenario. And Dupree, that's such a good job. Double kill to close the round. And a much needed round for Astralis, putting 7 on the board. Both
maps, pistol rounds are exchanged by each team.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it? That's
a chant and a half.
That's not bad.
9-7, and we'll see Team Liquid investing into this. And they've been so good in these rounds throughout their run in 2019. Astralis really gave them a good blueprint in the first half on how to play these. Elige gonna step up to the plate with the Deagle.
Those flanks that were happening in the first half were really something. See what this Deagle can do for Stewie. Magus, I'm surprised he's willing to take that fight.
I was gonna say, that is a very bold challenge for Magisk. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of victory you can find in that kind of a peak. 4 players for Astralis. Beating up right in the courtyard, and Elige gonna fall away. A couple shots, and Nitro wants the information of who's coming out of the stairs. Astralis have done a good job of at least pushing this back initially.
Yeah, that's the first part, right? But Elige is sticking around with the Deagle. Had a pretty clean angle there to take someone down. Now trying for a bit of a wallbang, 50 seconds. And Glaive, I think, he's sort of intermittently checking if anyone is flanking up behind him. There's the door is gone, so it's Elige taking down Dupree. That's a good start. That's a step in the right direction here for Liquid. Now they're falling quite far back in towards the back of the bomb site. There's almost no grenades left for Astralis.
Yeah, this is everything, and actually they're not even going to switch up the bomb sites. They're going to go right at A where they throw the nades. Magisk with the MAC-10, spraying in through the smoke, going to try and jump in, and entry Elige is so low, he's going to try and stop the plant. That's his whole goal. Not enough damage comes out. Naf pushes through the smoke. Magisk is out of bullets. Oh, and it's crazy. It's hectic around the smokes.
Reloading as Nitro will take down Device. It's now a 2-on-4, and they need to get on that. He's out in the open, and Sip getting caught now, Glaive. They know where he is, and they're gonna hunt him down. The whole pack is coming for him, and all he has is this AK-47, and he gets absolutely wrecked. turning around, and Stewie will be there for the defuse. A massive victory for Liquid.
And Twist even had the kit if they needed it. Now gonna upgrade a Krieg and AK-47. We just mentioned it, Liquid, phenomenal in those rounds, and they trade the favor. Astralis got started in the first half with a round just like that, and now Liquid have one as well, 10-7.
A little bit of justice being dished out by Liquid, and that has to feel quite good to them. Never ever want to let Astralis back in a game, win a pistol like that in the second half. You never know what will happen, but that is a good way to stop things. Naf setting up for the smoke down in Monster Tunnel, trying to prevent any kind of crazy B rushes, although they only have a couple of deagles and failed smoke. Fair play. Grenade would be good though. Certainly thinking about it, isn't he?
Try to find the timing, just a small amount of chip damage, but it shouldn't be a big deal. 2 deagles and 3 Glocks, all players unarmored and no utility for Astralis. So this is gonna be a little slower of a round as Astralis is spread across the map looking for aggression, but shouldn't be too much of a problem for Liquid, as long as they don't fall prey to those deagles. And if they stubbed their toe and lost a round like this, as they get aggressive, as they walk right into the trap that Astralis wanted them to.
Yeah, don't be giving them anything like that. Let them come. They really don't have a lot to work with. Looks like Magus is calling for somebody with a deagle to maybe go for a boost. Always fun if you can look over that wall and take someone out, but none of it is going to happen. Instead, Twist down here in the long range. He's got all of the advantage, and they're going to win the round losing nobody. Twist with a triple, or sorry, the quad kill at the end of it. And that's up to 11-7 now.
Naf and Twist at 15, Elysian Stewie tied at 11, and then on the other side it's Device and Dupree with 16, and Glaive and Magus at 11. This game could not be much more even. First gun round coming in for Astralis. Or actually, I should say second, shouldn't I? They did lose that force buy.
Yes, they did.
Light on nades, light on utility.
It's the properly thrown smoke by Twist. Making sure it's done right. Look at Stewie. He is so far across the map with a MAC-10.
MAC-10, it's low risk, it's a lot of intel as well, and he can be very aggressive on the flank if they do eventually hit this bomb site. And Astralis this time not spread on the map. They might be dedicated to this B bomb site indeed. Glaive and Dupree gonna walk through Monster, possibly with just one flashbang from Zibnix, who's far, far back, but they don't even need it. They want to play contact. Now they're blind, now they need to back away. A very cool idea. And that defense was on a knife's edge, but Stewie's coming ever closer.
Big smoke towards the L bend. Trying to keep that particular spot smoked off as much as you can just to buy time. Kind of out of grenades on the Liquid side, which is a cause for a little bit of concern. Battle between the wall, between, yeah, just shooting
Stewie's
through.
making his move. He's making his move right now, and he's going to have the information.
He has a deagle. He could one-tap somebody. He doesn't actually have to use the MAC-10. They're not looking for it in there, Stewie. Big opening, ready for the second kill, and not quite going to get it, but he might have caused enough confusion as Twist will take down Dupree. A double peek there behind the pillar to take down Magus, leaving it a 2-on-3, and that's looking great right now. Device, he's almost out of chance here. Gonna get the one kill, tapping away, and somehow he picks up a triple. That should never have been around, but Device bending it to his will and putting himself at 19-11. That's a huge victory.
That's a great fight to win for Device. Way too committed was Liquid in the 2-on-1. You can let him get into the bomb, so you can give him the space to have that plant. Make him feel the pressure of the time. There was 20 seconds, just about 20 seconds left on the clock. Nitro and Elige committed in positions where they couldn't actually help each other. That's a spectacular round to win if you're Astralis. Both teams going to be out of money after this bye, though, so again, another all-important round that's going to determine who controls the economy moving forward.
It's one of those scenarios where, because the last fights happen at such quick succession, it's just one to the next to the next. Nobody from Liquid has time to slow it down, and if they could get into a safe position and say, let's just hold on and wait. He hasn't even put the bomb down yet. Chill out a little bit, but it just is so quick when it's all unfolding. I think that's kind of what did it in that round. 11-8. Liquid not out of the woods yet. Down a map. Ahead on the second one. but still within grasp, still within reach here for Astralis. They can absolutely bring this back and win it. Smoke into the tunnel. Limited grenades, very limited on Liquid actually.
Might be okay if Astralis go for a hit like this. 5 players at the B bomb site, no finesse. We'll see if there's any indication. Naf jumping for the intel. Spamming as well, has to be careful with that. The timing of Stewie's smoke could be everything. Molotov in, a failed Molotov as well.
Yeah, that's, you know, might mean they're a little bit less sure if someone is going to be close to that position. The grenade, and that's right on top of Glaive. That is definitely something. Still have Nitro with that AWP on the other side. Elige is out there too. They're the only one with any grenades. So the rest of the speed defense, they have no grenades to throw. I
think Elige is going to be going for a flank. There's been no presence towards bathrooms. Elige has seen absolutely nothing pushing long.
And now Nitro's coming back, you're right.
But there's not a whole lot of nades to actually delay this hit longer. Elige might have to get on his horse right now. Good headshot, opening frag, a traded kill, a team kill, but the defense crumbles so quickly. Magisk has 4 kills, one of them a teammate, but he doesn't care. He's opened up the bomb site of Nitro, completely blinded, and it's a knockout punch delivered by the Danes.
That is a wild way to win a round. Meg is killing everything in front of him. And Elige, I mean, it is a question of timing, seconds there. If he gets around the corner quicker, if he can stop them in the tunnel, shoot them in the back, probably they're in the round. But now instead, 9-11. It is getting more and more scary right now for Liquid, surely.
They have to feel that they'll start feeling the pressure now. This is where the nerves set in. Elimination map for Liquid. Astralis closing the gap and in control of the money. Elige is going to save the M4, and that's the strongest weapon they have in the next round. So either he does something massive and heroic. It'll be interesting to see if Liquid want to invest everything they have into a buy here.
Saving one M4, I don't know. It's not even tied up yet. If they save now, build a bit of economy. What if they, I mean, that double op setup, I feel like should be something that Liquid could go to on the CT side and make a lot out of.
He's a madman.
He is slightly crazy.
All 4 kills. And again, Astralis have really simplified their attack, not spreading on the map, not caring whatsoever about bathrooms or stairs. All 5 players sticking together again. They're just grouping up and hitting bomb sites, and it's working perfectly. Nitro on a flank, but again, it's just USPs. Liquid have saved everything for a buy in round 22.
Let's make sure that M4 stays alive. You understand the temptation to get close, to look for sneaky kills. And if you have a USB, maybe that's fine. But don't want to be giving anything much away here. Damage onto Sip. Glaive getting close. They'll win it. Now, that's Twist with no armor and the M4, so...
You might want to save that gun after this kill. Just back away right now. You need the money, you need the weapon in the next round. That's utility that you will not have. That's smokes, that's Molotovs, that's kits.
It doesn't really seem like it's worth it.
Those are the kind of decisions that don't feel like they have a massive consequence, but from an outside perspective, it's a little disconcerting if you're a Liquid fan looking at that and just saying there feels like there's a focus slippage.
Yeah, somebody, I mean, they could have made that call, I think, even slightly earlier. 11-10. It is by no means done at all for either team. The Liquid have this economy problem that they're going to be running into a lot. Seeing, was it Device jumping off the railing there made me think it's been a little while since we've seen that quad boost. You up for that?
I'm always up for it. Why not?
Quad boost in the quarterfinal.
I'm up for the aggression that we're seeing from Team Liquid, starting to push towards sandbags. It looks like they might even want to turn the corner. They have to get out of the way of that spam. Not too much damage taken, but again, light on utility, and it's a huge hit through Monster. They just again leading the way. How good can they do this time? Stewie falls. There's a crossfire, but Magisk is going to tear them apart over and over again. A 1 versus 3. Astralis have been ignoring this A side of the map, but that might all just be a setup for the later stages of this half.
That's the problem, isn't it? If they focus now on the B defense, how are they going to get back Elige? Can he save them? No bomb plan yet. He gets the kill. The Molotov is there in front of him, and Certainly that'll slow him down ever so slightly. Now finally, Sip gonna go for the bomb plant. Elige, I'm not sure, did they call the save already, or does he want to flank all the way around? Like, yes.
I think he thought someone had actually escaped that bomb site and ran through CT spawn, or towards that A bomb site, through the halls, but he was mistaken. And now that loss of time is massive. He's got no kit.
Kit. They're in great positions. Device all the way up in that sniper spot. Remember, the bomb is planted way out in the open, so I don't know how you could possibly do this. This seems like a 1 in a million chance, and Device will take him down. He had to go out into the open. That's Astralis now tying up the scoreline at 11-11. 5 rounds away from knocking Liquid out. 5 rounds away from making it to the semi-final here in Berlin. These entries from Magus got out of control now.
It's got to be frustrating as well, because Liquid had 4 players there. They had the exact defense you could want. Maybe a little bit less on the grenades that they'd like, but the fact that they're not able to stop that. And Astralis just keeps running it. They haven't, you know, nothing's stopping them whatsoever.
3 HEs. Are they going to try and throw all of them into that pit? They will, but nobody there to catch them. Still like the idea. Now it's all on the pistol work of Liquid. And Creed. Overly aggressive, you might say. It does kind of work out for them, but maybe Astralis also need to calm down a little bit.
I like this from them. I like this kind of play. It's very, very confident. They're taking the fight to Liquid each and every time. And again, if it can't be stopped, why switch anything up whatsoever? Another Molotov in. Twist is going to have to be pushed forward into the flames, deeper into the fire. And Magus is just having a field day in this game, 22-15. He's got another quad kill, again at the B bomb site.
I feel like he wasn't this active in the first half.
No, but you have to feel it was just a matter of time. Remember, some of the interviews that he gave in the early stages of the major, how he came back a week early and how he practiced even harder individually before the team came back together for the boot camp. He's been waiting for this major.
And if somebody would have told me hard work paid off, I would have done it a long time ago, Moses. But no one told me. 12-11. American fans, they're not giving up at all. Absolutely still believing in it. They need 5 rounds, Liquid. I think the economy is just what's been so damaging to them. They finally have everything you could want, really. Save for head armor, but that should not make a big difference.
We need to see Nitro have an immediate impact with the AWP. That weapon might be the saving grace.
Yeah.
And almost, it might even be interesting to see if Liquid starts calling some kind of play where they push forward on the map and find information, because it's just been so heavy for Astralis towards the B bomb site. Liquid at some point needs to know what's coming.
Oh, that's probably the most effective I've ever seen that be.
Well, it sounded worse than it was. They just isn't going to care about 65 HP. Glaive down to 83 as well. And coming up these stairs, Nitro and Elige in the bathrooms, the longest standing duo on Team Liquid, and their task with the defense initially.
Nitro in a position where he'll see the shadow on the ground before they peek the corner, but probably not going to be just one person. Now they're going to try and run him down. There is a bit of backup there. Falling off that trash can, Elige. He almost gets the double, but that's a great victory for Astralis. They'll take that.
Oh, they'll take that all day. Very interesting setup for Team Liquid that actually backfires. Both players go down. And now what do? All 3 players from Liquid on defense have rotated over to A just in case there's a hit that follows up the early engagement, but it's not coming. Astralis with this much time in the round, patience, controlling the middle of the map, using it as a pivot point and rotating 2 players back towards B. They have Liquid completely out of position, and at some point, this just starts to feel like a gamble stack for Liquid. That's going to turn into a save, but they don't have many more rounds where they can do this. They have to start fighting for each and every one.
It's very rough when you make this kind of a call, and then you hear the grenades go down at the lower bomb site, and you know that there's nothing left to fight for. We just have to run and save. 13-11 as Astralis will pick up round number 24, and now it's getting uncomfortably close here for the Danish side. Like they're just seconds away from taking this map and taking the series. Liquid.
No, but it's also, think of it the other way as well. I mean, if they take this series, that's got to be a bit frightening to every other team still in the tournament, that Astralis able to bounce back to this degree.
You say that, but listen, I was listening to the post-game interviews there for NRG. I don't think they give a damn about what Astralis is doing right now.
That's fair.
I really love the way NRG, their whole attitude and everything. I think it's fantastic.
Well, Liquid just 3 rounds away from elimination at the Berlin Major. This whole year has been them historic streaks. The Intel Grand Slam won in just 4 events.
Yes.
Every final since Australia, since Sydney.
They've looked unstoppable. Isn't even the word, is it? They were laughing their way through some of those games.
Well, they're not laughing anymore. Round 25 underway. Again, 4-1 for Astralis. Device over towards Playground. There's 3 defenders here, but the main attack is heading towards Stewie and Twist, and it's going to be quick. It's going to be a contact play. Magisk again leading the way, but he doesn't get the fight he wanted. He backs out, and he can go right back forward again.
That kind of baits out Device.
It should be a go signal for Astralis at B.
Surely, yes. That whole part of the map is lost to you. If you have to go back and clear all of it, that's going to take a minute at least. So what did they do? So far they're sticking around, but Liquid are adjusting in a very good fashion. Magisk is creeping in, looking under the smoke. He's been the main engine of every B attack so far in this half, and Dupree tries to open it, but it's Magisk finally going down. Twist with the immediate return, almost getting the double. His defense, it could hold. It looks like it will. Elige will take down Dupree, and now they're in trouble. Glaive is a single bullet away from death, and Sip, he's still alive, which is almost universally bad news. Glaive trying to cause a bit of a distraction, firing that gun. Sip, he's completely locked in behind this pillar. How do you get out? Yeah, you need Glaive to go and find someone, but Nitro sneaking up, and he'll take him down. A great double kill, and Liquid. That was exactly the time to plug the hole, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, that was a small stumble from Astralis. We mentioned it. That had to be the go signal when Device goes down. They waited an extra 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
That entire aggressive stance for Liquid towards Picnic, it was able to fall all the way back and rotate into position, and they get there just at the right moment. A bit of respite as a timeout is called by Astralis.
Instant timeout for the Danish side. I wanted to take any risks. Keep the focus level right now. They know how close they are. Maybe that's the one thing we could say. If you're Astralis and you've made this kind of a comeback, winning 6 rounds in a row here at the middle of the second half, if it goes to a third map, you're the one that's going to be feeling like, man, we could have ended the game right there. We could already be in the semifinals.
Oh, I think these teams are way too experienced for
that. You think that?
I think they just wipe the slate clean and they come into Inferno and give us a banger of a game. But Liquid has to get there first. 4 more rounds for them to take this map too. 3 for Astralis to knock out Team Liquid.
Here we go. 26th round. Quick with the smoke, but too quick to make it past Glaive, checking out that side of the map. Nobody aggressive now for Liquid on that side. They're falling quite far back. They must be worried about that B-bomb side. It's been hit so many times. Seems like every time it's close.
I respect the fact, though, that Liquid heading into this round is not stacking it, because you have to also feel against Astralis, against such a tactics-heavy team, that is a bait. Dupree's looking exactly for this. He just turns his attention away. Flashbang comes in, good boost. It took a little bit of time, and Stewie almost ate an up bullet for his trouble. He does find it in the end, a good advantage, but Glaive evens things up. They've been doing contact plays through Monster all day long, and it's worked all day long as well. Glaive still applying pressure, and Liquid, this defense just sinks farther and farther back. They want nothing to do with these fights. Glaive is controlling the whole bomb site, and the whole bomb site falls down. Nitro in a 1 versus 3.
Just trying his best, guessing through a little bit of a jump over. I mean, all the theatrics, but it won't matter. And you're absolutely right, those contact plays through the tunnel, that was a clean opening, a clean victory here in this round.
This was the point for Astralis. I believe it was Glaive who makes it, that they had to be, a trend for Team Liquid in the pregame interviews, saying they had to be confident. This is not a confident Liquid defense. They are sinking away from those fights when normally we see them get aggressive and trust in the individual skill. They don't have that trust in themselves at the moment.
And it's so rough on this map when you get pushed back from the initial defensive position on B. It's fact that there are so many angles, like, ooh, actually even finding that kill on Nitro, that's huge. All gone. But that pillar itself, because the T's can rotate both left and right around it, if you're anywhere on the other side of it, you don't know, right? So at any point they could be peeking both sides, and that's only one of the problems. There are like 2 or 3 more other positions like that. So it looks like you're just holding one position. Oh, we've got some real aggression popping up now. Fans are taking it seriously.
Well, I'm more worried about Stewie shaking his head during this timeout. It's not looking good in a lot of different ways for Team Liquid. The fans, one last rallying call, 12-14, down by 2, heading into round 27. And this is everything. Double up setup coming out for the defense. And Anders, you finally got your wish. You mentioned at Vertigo, you wanted to see the aggressive Stewie omping. He's got one in his hands and he must deliver. I'm amazed at how well Glaive single-handedly controlled the entire situation.
He really did. They tried to fall back and escape, but he just wouldn't let them. Yes, aggressive orbing out of Stewie. Now would be the time for it. Now would absolutely be the time. There really aren't many teams or players in the world that can stop Stewie when he's hitting just the right flow. Liquid need it now. 2 rounds away from getting knocked out. Naf pushed back. Does see the chance, but now that's trouble. That's smoke. Are they going to let him get away? They're not rushing him down, and Elise is at the stairs on the other side, so Naf being remarkably calm in this situation.
Well, he's boxed in. Glaive is waiting at the fountain to try and punish him on the retreat, but he's not taking the jump. He's going to stand and fight. This could be everything in this round. Astralis does not want to let their prey get away. Here it comes over the flames. Good kill, good trade, and now Naf. He's called upon and delivers. The first shot is his, and he sticks around even longer. There is no retreat from this fight. It must be dodge flashes and go back for more!
He's running right into the device. He's still boxed in. He turns around. That shot should get him killed. He can't get the no-scope off in time. But still, a heroic stand coming out from him as he finally does fall. Glaive close to the bomb site, but he gets shot down from Elige. And that should be enough here. 35 seconds. Device making a bit of noise, and Twist has heard that. Should be able to shoot him in the back any second now. Walks into the UMP, and Twist will win the fight. 13 on the board for Liquid. They're not done yet. They are not out of the fight.
Even salvaging the double up setup. Just 1 round back now.
That is a good factoid from Pimp, isn't it?
He also played in a professional Overwatch match. He's a bit of a freak.
He is.
Our boy Liege. Timeout for Astralis, their 3rd. Liquid is out. Everything from here on out for the Team Liquid side is done on the fly. They'll have to lean on the experience they gained this whole year of winning tournament after tournament.
That's very elaborate. That is very elaborate. That was a Liquid horse eating an Astralis plant, I believe. That was...
Joke Astralis is back. Another old meme.
Getting it all out now.
Freeze time coming to an end. We'll see how Astralis sets this up.
I mean, if you just guessed that it would be the B bomb side they ended up in, you would be right a lot of the time. Magisk, an opening there against Nitro.
Now that is an aggressive play in a round where you don't have any money behind it. His teammates must recover in this scenario. If you fall to 13-15 and you only have pistols to fight with, it's a disaster. So Astralis, if they actually, I mean, if they're efficient enough with their hit onto the bomb site, they might get a free 15th round. Liquid might just have to call a save. That has to be in the back of their mind, that in any of those sketchy scenarios, you need the weapons in the next round.
Cruising now and playing the next round with just SMGs or maybe some upgraded pistols to try and avoid elimination. That is a real nightmare. Now they're going to be rushing through. Twist, the fire behind him. It hasn't spread to him yet. Oh, he does step back into it, and finally it spread, and he almost burns alive. He's down to 4 health, but Stewie will be there. We've talked about it a lot. That orb of his, now would be the time, but he doesn't get the chance. The grenade and zip on top, and Naf goes down in Liege. He can't even get into the fight. A 1 versus 4, and they will triple team him. Dupree will take him down, and ultimately it's Astralis now at series point. 15-13. They need a miracle, Team Liquid.
You can watch that round 100 times, and the utility usage is going to amaze you each and every time. What a disgusting execute onto the bomb site. And it's so comprehensive. Everything, every weapon is taken out of the Liquid hands, and they have scraps to fight with. 13-15, their major life on the line. With 3 SMGs, and Magisk again looking for the aggression. Molotov and a boost over, and Alicia's found an opening pick. Now they can back away. A creative chance to get Liquid into this round.
It's beautifully done. Anything like that, get that team fired up. Someone has to come alive. Someone is going to have to be the hero right now for them. Almost started grenades, which again is a big problem. Astralis, even if they're a man down, look at all of the utility that they can pour into a bomb site. The Leash hiding out at long right now with the M4. If he can win one fight, that would cause a big distraction.
It's not a Leash you're worried about, it's the SMGs of Liquid. It's how do these players, how does someone like Naf get into a position to have an impact, and he might have spun at the barrel there? I don't know. Flashbang is perfect. He pre-fires. He's so blind though. He's got no support. Look at Magisk as well, ducking and letting his teammates take over. Here comes the Leash. He must save the day. Good kill for him, and now holding the line, but another flashbang comes out, and both defenders are dead.
Nitro's trying to flank in. They need him right now. Something has to work out. Twist, low on health. This could be the last 3 players alive for Liquid in the tournament. And Glaive, he sees it. Oh no! He peeks away just at the wrong time. Did he not even realize? I don't know. There's Nitro with a bit of a flashbang. I think he tagged himself. And that bomb is ticking. He's stuck in this corner. Liquid trying for the retake. Twist will get one. It's all on this. A 2-on-2. The last couple of seconds left. A flashbang to try and buy some more time. They don't have a kit right now. I don't see how they can get this defused. There's Device, and there's Astralis. 16-13. They take down Team Liquid, and they're going to be in the semifinals.
They lived up to it. Look at the energy out of Astralis. This was the demon they wanted to get off their back in the quarterfinals. They came in so prepared. A surprise pick that destroyed Liquid on Vertigo. And another clinical overpass performance delivered by the Danes. And it's a shocking defeat for a team who has had an otherwise stellar 2019. And all the losses last year, I don't think any of them hurt as much as this will.
I would have to agree with that. The legendary story between these two teams just continues. This absolutely won't be the last time we'll let them see this kind of a battle between them. It was close, it was real close. Think of some of the rounds that they ended up winning. Glaive had that one on the B bomb side. He had the one with the Deagle where he took down 4 players. That is the margin. That's the difference right now between one or the other team winning.
Yeah, and I'm just astounded at the level of both of these teams coming out of that break between the 2 different segments of the major, and Astralis just looking unbelievably good. And Energy probably not going to be scared. And obviously, Stanislav, some big words today on stage that we all love to see, but that is a very dangerous Astralis team that is going to be very, very difficult to beat. We obviously were ready with Stunna and the victors down on the stage.
The victors they are, Jason, you pretty much nailed that one right on the head here. These guys, having beat them out 2-0, Liquid have fallen. We're talking about Grand Slam winners, major winners, and now you play this best of 3. How important was this best of 3 to you?
It was really important. It's the fact that Liquid has all...
A lot of Astralis fans in the house tonight, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of Astralis fans in the house. You beat Liquid here. You've said they are the #1 team. You've said that as a unit. How does it feel now? Can you go back?
The one thing that I wish for was denying Liquid winning a major, that we just did. So obviously I'm really happy about that. We want to reclaim the best, being the best team in the world. Obviously they have had a really good year and they deserve everything they've won so far. But it feels like we're starting to find our groove, and I just hope that we will continue grinding from here on.
Well, now listen, you have to go through what is going to be NRG. They have been red hot. Are you guys ready for that? Zonic, are you ready for that?
Of course.
Because they said they didn't care who they played.
Well, we lost the first time against them, but this time we need to teach them a lesson.
Teach them a lesson? Holy shit. All right, let's do just that. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Astralis! on the sidelines.
Yes. Well, we are here with all of the Astralis fans once again. I have a Danish flag all the way behind me, and these guys are loud yelling for your current champions. They managed to take down Liquid. The question is, can they go all the way for the major? I've got a very excited fan here jumping up and down with me. How much does this win mean to you guys?
It's everything!
Okay, I think that pretty much tells us how it goes. These guys are pumped up, these guys are excited, and the Danes seem to be back. Alex, what do you make of that, mate? I got no idea what's going on. Let's give it a go. Smix, take it away.
Twist. I know that no one's expectations were higher than the ones that you guys set for yourselves. I can't imagine how much more painful this loss is because of that. As much as you feel comfortable sharing, can you tell us what's going through your mind right now?
So during the break, or after the break, when we started practicing again, we noticed that our practice wasn't going that well, and that's just the way things were going to be. And we didn't want to put too much pressure on ourselves to actually perform that amazing at the major. I mean, obviously we tried our best, and there's obviously a lot more things that we could have done. But I mean, props to them. They kind of tricked us in the veto by picking Vertigo. But yeah, obviously it does hurt. But I think this still puts us as #1 team. It just matters how we come back after this event.
The scoreline was 2-0, but it was so close despite that. Walk us through what you feel happened.
I think the story of this major for us was being up a lot and then having kind of like a reminiscence of the old Liquid where we lose our advantage. And I think that was kind of the story for us the entire major.
The road for Liquid might be over at this major, but 2019, there's so much more to come from you guys. We all know it. One last word for your fans.
Sorry that you're not going to be watching us in the final. I mean, at least you guys saw us in one good match at the major. And whoever's going to New York, I swear we're going to win that one.
Give it up one last time. Twist, everyone.
Fantastic words from Twist there, also throwing down the gauntlet, saying see you in New York. Well, Berlin not over for Astralis. An incredible 2-0 versus Team Liquid. Astralis, a team whose previous wins, what was it, like crazy Dream Eaters? Well, taking down Liquid is quite the scalp to take an acceleration in people's expectations. I'm joined by Chad Sponge Birchall, Duncan Thorin Shields, and Sean Gers. I mean, Sean, I'll let you open us up because you had hot expectations for Overpass.
Yeah, down 9-6 at half. Win the pistol, then get force bought on by like the standard Liquid force buy, right? 10-7 at that point.
No one wins that game.
The ball is in Liquid's court at that point, right? Everyone thinks Liquid's closing out that game, but the B executes out of Astralis were brutal. Those B players on Liquid were blind every single round. The utility at the barrels. This was just vintage Astralis, in my opinion.
Somewhere in Counter-Strike heaven, because he's obviously not in this tournament anymore, Carrigan is looking and he's just smiling, because this used to be what he made this team great on Overpass doing. Yeah. It was you do those B attacks, and if you do them perfectly, they can't be stopped.
They're choking. You just saw how every Liquid perspective you chuck to, there's flashes, there's Molotovs, there's smokes. You can't find a line of sight.
And they were tripping over each other. There was multiple occasions where there were several players around barrels. They were stuck on the ramp. They were stuck behind the pillar.
Each other.
They couldn't peak together. They were constantly harassed, and then when they're getting walked in on, Magus walking in and just entering on them time and time again. Glaive doing the same thing. Look, I want to stick on Glaive for a second. Yeah. That 4K that he had in the first half, that gave them a chance in the first half. If he didn't do that, they may have been blown out of the water.
And then the device 1-on-3 in the second half. They had some unreal individual plays. I mean, we always praise Astralis for their utility usage, their teamwork. Sure. But we always forget, these guys can brawl. Like, if Liquid wants to have an A map, Astralis can hang.
And by the way, in case anyone hadn't followed 2018, one of the best CT players in the world is Magus Boy. This guy, I think he was on like 100 plus ADR when we were deep into the second half. Again, the idea that the Astralis players would outfrag, outperform the Team Liquid, that was never the win condition. And again, as you said it right there, they beat Crazy. As I said, the biggest ranked one was against Nip. They haven't shown us anything like this since April. So this is a new lease of life for Astralis. This is I won't say it's back to their best, but it was very, very good.
Zonic in his interview, he said, we're just looking to get started again. Well, I think we can safely say that Astralis has got the machine up and running.
How hilarious is it that Dupree doesn't talk about winning the major? He just wanted to beat Liquid.
Deny them a major.
No, not even beat them. Yeah, exactly.
Just deny them a major.
He didn't even say anything about wanting to win the major. That was their one goal. That's
denying Liquid's major. I mean, that's a rivalry. That is a straight-up El Clasico established.
Look, this is what we've been missing in Counter-Strike for a long time. We've had some very sketchy periods. You know, we've had some periods where it's a brawl ECS or anybody can win. But now that we have these two teams playing that high-level Counter-Strike, sure, Liquid, they didn't show up at this time, right? But there's no reason that they can't bounce back from this point. Twist just there in an exit interview, there's some of the hardest things that you could possibly do. But he had a lot of poise right there. And the fact he's willing to just throw down the gauntlet for the next event they're going to, that shows they're still focused at getting back on that horse.
We also know behind the scenes that they had some troubles in that boot camp, right? People were sick, like this and that. He didn't bring up any of those excuses, right? He just took it on the chin and he said, we're winning New York.
Yeah, and Twist, you know, he said that. We saw previous sentiment from Nafly in an interview ahead of the major, just saying that practice has got us feeling whack, you know, out of whack, I think would be a less American way to say it.
Just on the side of Liquid, they're the positives that we saw, especially in that first half. It started to look like the Liquid we know. Alish saved them in that early stage where it was very brawly, right? He had some amazing multi-kills. That clutch as well to close it out. But he gave Naf an opportunity to get into the game. It looked early when they could establish that, hey, Liquid's doing their normal A default. They were pushing B to harass Naf. That's pretty standard. They got a kill early, but then they didn't get him again. He played very strong from that position. He got a lot of multi-kills, and he also bailed them out when they pushed into the site, the B-bomb site late. So props to them for, you know, getting some of those rounds on the board, but that's going to be a heartbreaking loss.
If you can win 9 out of 13 remaining rounds on T-side overpass against Team Liquid, you deserve to win the match. You probably deserve to win the major. That is unbelievable. No matter what you say about the level of Team Liquid, like you saw there, they weren't going away. It's like they just rolled over. They were still getting kills. They still believed they could probably do it towards the end. Some big kills from Naf. I think we have to put him forwards as well, but the Astralis guys, what a T-half.
Yeah, and you said, you know, there is a potential for no Danes and no Swedes in that semi-finals. Well, Astralis makes sure that that is not the case. What are your closing thoughts on the day and looking forward to tomorrow as well, Sean? We've got some spicy semis.
Oh, the rematch between NRG and Astralis. Obviously, we had that 5 OT game. The youngsters of NRG, can they keep their composure against Astralis? I think that game obviously is the one to look out for, right? And then we have Renegades against Avangard. Yeah, those are Chad's boys. He predicted them to win the major.
Look, it couldn't get these two teams for Avangard and Renegades. They couldn't ask for an easier opponent against each other, right? That goes both ways. Having a favorite in that game, who knows? Avangard have already beaten Renegades. They did it on Vertigo in an earlier stage of this tournament. So if you're going to go off form, you would say that Avangard are coming in as the favorite.
And you just said Vertigo, and it feels stupid not to at least hear an analyst's thoughts on it. Twist has acknowledged that they were caught off by that Vertigo in the vetoes, Sean.
Yeah, I think we were all caught off guard,
What a genius veto.
Yeah, I mean, it was a brilliant play by Astralis. No one really saw that coming. No one really thought they would, you know, concede
have the audacity.
Yeah, especially given the fact that, you know, their map pools are so similar. We thought maybe an Inferno pick or...
Sure.
That was a ballsy pick, and it worked out.
All right, well, we could keep